Thank you for watching Meatsauce and Monty. I'm Matt Montgomery. He's Paul Meatsauce Lambert. How you doing this week?
A+. How are you?
A+. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's about as good as you can do.
I don't know what to do with my hands because I watch myself on Sunday just to see how handsome I look.
You should wash them.
No, I do. I wash them. Plus, I don't want to.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I just admitted to you I don't like germs, and now I feel like I'm covered in them.
You have a phobia.
I do. I have a phobia of good TV as well.
We're at Mystic Lake. Yeah. You're safe. Everything's clean here.
Everything here is, but you're not.
No, I'm very clean. I'm sanitary.
Now you have my germs.
That's great. TV trick, hands, hold a pen. I learned that from one of the great, you can hold any, the water bottle, that works. The pen, then when you make gestures.
I like that.
You have a pen on you? Your water bottle will work fine too. Todd's got a pen for you.
That's not Todd, just magical pen. Okay,
magical pen.
This is going to be my new bit.
There you go, you got a pen. So TV, you'll be like Mike Ditka. You can point at the camera.
Who the hell's Mike Ditka?
I think you know who Mike Ditka is. Yeah, I think you do. All right, let's start. Let's go a little bit of football. Let's start off. The Vikings now lead the North. We beat the Packers. We were both picking them right last week, which is absolutely fantastic. Your thoughts? Was it a satisfactory win?
Yeah, it's a weird win, though, when probably the best quarterback in the league goes out.
We will get more on that later, so don't go too far on that yet.
From a win standpoint, a win's a win. And they always say a win counts for 2 wins in the division.
Right.
They beat Chicago the week before. They beat that. So that's technically 4 wins. It was one of those
That's great
wins.
Math. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's like 4 wins.
Don't add another division winner. I won't make it. But the other thing that was great about that win is that's what playoff teams have to do. You have to beat teams when they're down. You have to beat bad teams. And we'll see it this weekend, and we'll obviously see it next weekend in London when they play the Browns. But you gotta win. You had an opportunity. They knocked their best player out. It looked weird to begin with. Both teams are kind of out of sync. The Packers, like when we lost Dalvin, could not recover from losing their leader. You had to win that game. It was a great win, and it was a satisfying win because they got after the quarterback, and it was just an all-around good win for the Vikings.
You absolutely scare me because you're the whole Viking phobia of you got to win the games that you should win, and now we're talking today against Baltimore and then next week against Cleveland. Those are the games that scare me more than any because these are the games that you should win handily. However, they're very scary. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start with Aaron Rodgers getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Anthony Barr, the hit. Everybody's talked about it all week.
Yeah.
Your opinion. Was it dirty? Was it clean?
No.
Little of both.
No, now it's weird because if it were Bradford, I might have a different opinion on it, but I don't know. I mean, it's a football hit. It's football. Like people forget that, and I'm of course don't want Aaron Rodgers to get hurt.
Nobody does.
Because it's the game's better with Aaron Rodgers. Just like somebody I think pointed out that the 4 people on the covers of the SI season previews are all out.
Oh, so the curse.
Watt's out, Odell Beckham's out, Rodgers is out, and I think the only one left is Dak.
No way.
But it's like, they're all out.
It's a curse. Who did Madden this year? I don't even remember.
I don't know if anybody did it. I don't.
Do they still make that game?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe I'll go buy it.
But I never played. It'll just collect dust.
I played for like 2 days. It gets too easy, and I just stop playing because it's boring. What was the question?
Was it a dirty hit? Was it not dirty?
No, not at all. But it's a football play. He's out of the pocket. You got to make a play like that, especially with a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And let's say he doesn't get hurt. He'd remember that. If he got up from that, you'd go, okay, I'm not doing that. You got to hit a guy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure throughout all their meetings, they said if he gets out of the pocket, you got to hit him.
Take him out.
You have to. That's
he
the
can
whole
scramble,
option thing. When they run an option, hit the quarterback.
So many people this week were saying that Barr drove him into the ground. Do you think that? I honestly, all the different replays, all the different angles, he hit him. It looked like he glided over him. That's why the impact with his shoulder to the ground didn't even seem that hard.
Yeah.
It looked like the kind of play where he just pop right back up and keep going.
I think the biggest mistake that a lot of people have said that have played football that I've talked to is when he went like this.
Trying to put the arm out.
You don't do that. You're supposed to, and they teach that, you're supposed to roll when you get hit on, especially on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And he braced his arm and it
AstroTurf.
broke. Yeah, isn't that what it's called?
I think AstroTurf was something from like the 80s.
No, but that's what they call it, right?
Field turf. AstroTurf, I think, was what they had at the Dome.
It is the 80s.
Where you get like a rug burn.
Oh.
This is like recycled tires.
Thanks. I didn't know you played in the NFL. But they said that was the worst part. So if he just falls normally, I don't know if he breaks it. It's a great hit. You like to see plays like that from guys. And Clay Matthews has done that 1,000 times.
Absolutely.
1,000 times. They showed videos and tweets of Clay Matthews just leading with his head.
Oh, yeah.
No, if it's
Wasn't
anybody
dirty.
but Aaron Rodgers, it's not a big of a deal. If it's Seneca Wallace, no one cares. But
Is
it's
he even
Aaron
still in the
Rodgers.
league?
I don't know.
You pulled that one. That was a great,
Yeah.
great
I don't
reach.
know, maybe. I don't know what's
Yeah.
wrong with him.
Make your point.
Yeah.
All right, that means next question.
Yeah.
The biggest headline right now for the Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater is back.
Yeah.
Why do people care? Because to be honest, where do you think he's at on the depth chart? He just came off the pup list. He's only in practice. They have 3 weeks to analyze him to see if they even want him to be on the squad. Why are people making such a big deal of this? Other than he's a good guy, 14 months out, now he's back.
I think that's why.
That's the only.
I think that's it. I think people like him. He is a very good guy. I think right after he got hurt, I mean, you basically saw Mike Zimmer. He started crying almost.
Guys were throwing up.
How much he loves him. No, even at his press conference, when he talked about him, he talked about how good of a kid he was, and he actually started to tear up. People just love Teddy Bridgewater. That's it. He'll be inactive
From a football
this week.
perspective,
He'll be inactive
should we care?
today. He'll be inactive next Sunday in London.
Right.
And
the
then
fall-
after the
bye
bye,
week.
he wants to play, though. That's the thing.
Well,
because then he's stuck with that same contract next year.
But that's where things get a little bit, the muddy waters here. Was he playing the political game of Everson Griffin this season said, yeah, 100%, he'll come back. He's saying, quote, definitely believe he will play this season. As of right now, and this is not a knock against Teddy, any injured player, when you're sitting out and you've got guys in front of you that are getting the job done, we're first in the North, obviously playoff picture. We talked about it last week. This isn't Teddy's team right now.
No, and it hasn't been in almost
and so
2
he
years.
should not, the 100% believe he will play, definitely. That's not, I just feel like those words and him trying to play the locker room to be behind him, that it's, that he should play. If we're playoff bound without him, I say rest him a whole nother year. What's the harm?
As of right now, Case Keenum's the best quarterback on the team. If he's the backup, fine. But if
Sure.
they,
Well, Bradford's knee, he might never play again.
yeah,
so
Bradford,
maybe,
I think will retire.
Yeah.
Bradford, I think will be.
well, he's
forced
got
into
plenty of
retirement.
millions.
What's he
can do
care?
that.
But with Teddy, I don't think he'll play at all because this team will be 6-2 going into the bye. After that, it gets tough. But if Case Keenum is better than Teddy. I mean, we
Right
haven't
now.
seen Teddy
Yeah,
in 14
you're right.
months.
Absolutely.
And people forget, and I love Teddy Bridgewater as a guy. He was not great. I mean, he struggled to throw touchdown passes. He had the one good game people always fall back on was that preseason game against San Diego. And
Preseason?
Remember
That's
that?
what people
that was
were
the,
leading
well, that
back
was the
to?
last time he played. That was the
Wow.
last time he played. Was that San
May have
Diego
to
game
reach
and he
back
got
to
it.
that.
But he's, I mean, he's a career what? He's probably thrown just as many touchdowns as interceptions. I mean, we're not talking about Derek Carr. We're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the second Aaron Rodgers is healthy, he's starting.
Absolutely.
It's different with
It's his
this.
team.
Case
Right.
Keenum's a better quarterback than Teddy. If he comes back, I don't hope that Case gets hurt, but I hope that's the only situation.
That he would come back.
That he, is hurt, and they don't just force him in there.
Building your case for Case Keenum.
Well played.
11th in the NFL right now in passer rating.
Yes.
Second lowest interception rate, and that's not total. It's per game, so it's a point
He's
like
one.
2. Yeah, he only has
One
one
on
on
a
the
tip
season,
pass.
and the only person who hasn't thrown one is Alex Smith.
Yeah,
who in action on Thursday night. So this
Sure.
stat, who knows? He might throw 3 tonight.
And then I'll
before
laugh
Sunday.
about you.
Yeah, because then I'll be on TV saying Case Keenum is the best quarterback in
Matt
the
was
league.
wrong. He threw 48 interceptions on Thursday
But
night.
that's-
It's a league record.
You're absolutely right. Case Keenum is leading this team. He might
Right.
not be glamorous, but
Sure.
he's 11th in the league. Nobody, if you would have said Bradford's going to get hurt and you're going to be stuck with Case Keenum, where's he going to rank on the quarterback?
Well,
you would have
after
thought he'd be like
Pittsburgh-
28 to
after
32.
Pittsburgh, we were like, what are we doing? But
Right.
then you look at it, too. They beat Detroit if Adam Thielen and Dalvin hang on
Yes,
to the ball.
absolutely.
They beat Detroit, so he's
That'd be like
4 and-
6 wins.
He'd be 5-1 as a starter, wouldn't he?
I was making the.
Well, no, I know. But I'd forgotten about that because that line wasn't.
It
as
was
funny
your
when
joke.
I know it's not funny. It
was
wasn't
good.
funny when I said it.
I thought it was funny. That's why I went back
but
to it.
What did? But yeah, it wouldn't matter. They'd be 5-1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he'd have 4 wins as a
Yes.
quarterback.
Yeah.
So yeah,
4-1.
even
The
better,
one loss
yeah,
in Pittsburgh.
yeah.
The rest are
so,
wins.
I'm happy for it.
Great Minnetonka math. I like
Yeah.
it. Let's get to
I
the
barely
Vikings
graduated.
taking on the Ravens.
Yep.
Do we need to be afraid of anybody on Baltimore's team?
No. The Ravens. I heard a stat today that Mike Wallace
Yeah.
is their leading wide receiver
That's-
with 39 yards a game.
I don't know what his average, 239 yards on the season.
That would be run that.
And he's the leader. Compare him to our leader, Adam Thielen, number 1 in the NFC, 489 yards. We've got more than double
They're
Thielen
horrible.
than they have with Mike
I
Wallace.
think they've only beat Oakland, Oakland, Cleveland, and maybe the
Cincinnati.
49ers.
It was Cincinnati.
Yeah, all bad teams.
Yeah.
No, Flacco's terrible. Their defense, their run defense is hideous.
Well, that's
I think the Vikes are 5.5 point favorites. There's
that's
nobody
it.
to fear.
Should be more.
Nobody.
So going to Joe Flacco, you talk about him versus Case Keenum. Joe Flacco, 31st in passing yards in the league, and the Ravens' offense 29th overall. So their run game moderately better than
hideous.
their pass.
They're awful.
Could you even name? Javorius Allen,
I have no idea
Alex
who that is.
Collins.
I have no idea who that is.
Mike Wallace is their leading
Yeah,
receiver
that's it.
yards-wise. Tight end Ben Watson has the most receptions, 24.
I don't know who that
Thielen
is.
has 38.
Wasn't the old Max Williams, the old
he's
gopher
still
on that
yep,
team?
he's on their team too. The only thing to be afraid of is their defense.
Yeah.
Their defense overall.
Who won them their games?
Yeah, well, they've created 14 turnovers. So that's where if Case can't hang on to the ball.
Well, McKinnon's going to hang on to the ball as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
McKinnon's given it up a couple times.
Three times it's hit the turf.
And at home, they're a much better team. Now they got to, they've had this very home-heavy schedule to start the
Leading
year.
up, yeah.
Going the second half of the season will be a whole different story, but. Yeah, I don't think there's any other than the only way the Vikings lose today is if they beat themselves.
With turnovers,
Flacco's
bad defense.
Yeah, with Rhodes and Waynes and that secondary, they have no chance.
That's what makes me so nervous because the Vikings traditionally are one of those teams where
They play to the
you get
competition.
comfortable, you think they're going to be dominant, and they're just going to roll on somebody, and then they get somebody that's like a middle-level team, and then they just throw up a complete
Well,
stinker.
the sad part too, though, is 8-8 could win this division.
Well, now with Rodgers out,
Yeah, it could 8-8 because
Detroit up and down,
Green Bay
Chicago's
may win.
nothing to
Green
worry about.
Bay's a home dog today. Well, I
And
tried
who are they hosting again?
the Saints.
Is it New Orleans? Yeah, because
They're
New Orleans
a home
is hot.
dog.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't tell you the last time the Packers were a home dog.
It's probably been a very long time.
I bet 10 years, 15 years, maybe when Matt Flynn started.
Tolzien and then Seneca
Yeah,
Wallace. The
right.
second time we've had to bring up
Yeah.
Seneca Wallace.
She's loving him. He may get paid for that.
He
but
got an
yeah.
extra couple Twitter followers. Thanks, Todd. I got my copy right here. We're
There's no
set.
one over there.
Well, he just tried
There's
to.
no one over there.
Yeah. Well, how
Are
did
you
that?
on LSD?
Not right now.
Lucky.
So obviously we'll make our picks by the end of the show. Seems like both of us might be leaning the same direction.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give anything away right now. So if you want to come here and make your picks, come to Mystic Lake Sunday morning.
What time will that be?
Between 7 a.m. and 11:45. Make your picks. The top 20 players with the most picks that they get right, free slot play. They will pick a winner every week, and you could score the progressive jackpot. You could win up to $1,000 every
Lucky.
week just for being here. And by the end of the year, somebody's going to win $5,000. So come here on Sunday morning, make your picks, and guess what? Free bus ride to the bank. You
It's
come
a
here,
steal.
the bus right out front will take you door to door.
It's the best.
Do you party at the bank before or you're working? So
No.
you really,
I only drink one day a week,
and that's every day?
Friday.
Oh, only Fridays.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I used to drink a lot. I don't drink during the week because of how early I get up for the power trip. But
Sure.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you're an early to rise.
one
so.
day a week.
I've heard people make the joke. I only drink one day every day.
Yeah,
That's,
only days that end in Y. Or
yeah,
I
that's
don't
another-
drink anymore, but I don't drink any less. I love that line.
That's a good one.
That's funny. Yeah.
That's very good. We might as well get our other announcements in here as long as we're having fun. Thunder from Down Under.
Yep.
Are you
Todd
a big,
and I are going.
You're a huge fan.
Yep.
Front row.
We're in the splash zone.
You're gonna bring your own bars. Or,
We're not bringing anything. We want to. Yeah.
You just want to be.
Yeah.
Thunder from
Be
Down
like,
Under.
you know, no.
November 4th, 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Mystic Showroom. Come sit down in the front row with Meatsauce and Todd. We got another one. Halloween. We got
What
some
else do
Halloween
you
stuff
need?
to talk about. Well, we got the Blues Brothers.
What time will
They're
that be?
performing on October 28th.
The actual Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers. It's not
Is
a
this
bit.
place heaven?
It is Dan Aykroyd. He's Elwood Blues. He's joined by Jim Belushi as
What?
Z Blues. They will be here playing October 28th at 8 p.m. The Blues Brothers, that's a great movie.
I could be in the band.
You
I'm
think
wearing mostly
overrated,
blue.
underrated?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
I'm
you gotta be
I
kidding
haven't
me.
seen a lot of 80s movies.
I think that might even be 70s.
Then no.
I don't know. I'd have to have Todd
I wasn't
Google it,
born
but that's
in
all
the
right.
70s.
Well, but it doesn't mean you can't see a movie from that era. Blues
I've
Brothers
seen
is fantastic.
some movies from the 70s, trust me.
Perv.
Everybody
Perv.
has sideburns.
All right, so we're going to switch topics here. This is a new one. I'm going to see if Scott can make an animation. We're just going to go around the league. Do you remember the Sports Machine show with George Michael? See, you probably never saw this either.
Ooh.
Google it. It'll be on YouTube.
The
it's
the
so 90s.
singer of Wham?
No, not that George Michael. He was an old
Well,
white
what
guy. with
other
gray
George
hair.
Michael is there, minus the one
George-
on Arrested Development?
George Michael. You got 2 George Michaels other than the one I'm talking about.
What the hell are you talking
The
about?
Sports Machine with George Michael.
No,
you
I have
have to
no
Google
idea.
It.
I'm
It was
not
basically
Googling
like
that.
pre-Sports Center.
It sounds like
He's like,
me
look
on
at the plays
19
of the day.
No.
Yeah, Google it. You'll want to watch
No.
it.
That sounds like I'm going to Google it and it's going to be something else.
No, it won't be. So we got the Sports
I don't
Machine.
trust you.
All right, the Todd Sports Machine. We're
No
just
one
doing some
wants
around
to
the
be
league.
in the Todd Sports Machine.
Well, you're in it right now, so
Okay.
too bad.
Then hold on tight.
So,
I've said that a couple times.
we almost have to cut here.
Why? Because you can't handle
You see,
it?
no, it's we're getting X-rated. This is like our YouTube
I'm not
channel.
X-rated.
Well,
You know how many sweet rides I've gone on a Valley Fair and I have to say to the person next to me, hold on tight.
Yeah, good endorsement. Valley
Of course.
Fair. Good job.
Or anywhere.
All right.
Yeah, rides will. They are. I love them.
All right. Do you want to get in the
Hey,
sports
you
machine?
invited
or you
me
just
on
wanna-
this-
Yeah, I
this
know.
program.
This is- okay, Todd's Sports Machine. Mike
That's a
Mitchell,
terrible
the Steelers.
name.
I know. Well, we were just supposed to come up with something. I thought maybe Scott can come up with an animation. He does a brilliant job with your life skills on
He's
our
happy. He's the best reason this show exists.
Scott.
I ruined
Scott
most
or Todd.
of it. Who's Todd?
All right.
Just call it Scott's.
Scott Sports
Scott
Machine.
Sports
There's more
Machine.
alliteration there. Scott Sports Machine. All right,
Right.
Scott. So
I'm Paul.
the hit on. Well, I was talking to Scott. He's going to make the. Oh. See, there's more people here than just you and me.
I don't see anybody.
The magic of TV. It looks just like you and I.
You're on drugs.
How many minutes have we killed at it? Todd's like,
here.
"Argh." Okay.
Who's Todd?
Alex Smith,
Just go,
the
yeah.
late hit. Mike
Yeah.
Mitchell. He's fined $48,000. Did you see the hit?
Who? Alex Smith, the Kansas City quarterback?
That's right. Mike Mitchell,
no, I
Pittsburgh
did
Steeler,
not. No.
in the pocket, late, low, coming from behind, hit
Yeah.
him beneath the knee, got flagged on it, got fined.
Rosie.
Now, see, I thought you were going to take that somewhere. Alex Smith got right in his face, yelled at him, they got
Yeah.
the flag, all that. Should the NFL change the rules to protect quarterback? And I'm not even talking about A-Rod here. I'm saying this is a dirty play that they fined him $48,000
Shouldn't
later.
hit below the knees ever.
And he was trying to lie about it, saying his teammate bumped him. It's giving Pittsburgh, they might get a dirty reputation here because his teammate barely touched him. If you watch, I can't believe you haven't
yeah,
seen
don't hit
this.
people like that. No.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't. I'm mostly just. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
don't
see it.
like that one. All right,
No,
let's move on.
I didn't see it. So yeah, you should change
Yeah,
it.
you didn't
shouldn't
see
hit
it.
anybody below the knees. I
Yeah.
mean, there are people that I've been told where they will tell people, just hit me up top. If you
Sure,
get
if
fined
you're
for
gonna-
it, I'll pay it.
Sure.
Don't hit me in the knees because you could ruin my career. If you hit me too hard and then you get fined, I will pay you the money.
Really?
Oh yeah, because if you
Yeah,
look at
take that
Delvin
out.
Cook, not that he got hit in the knees, but
He
you
was
get
running.
hit up high and you
Sure.
get fined for it, I'll pay your fine. Just don't take me out at the legs.
Interesting.
Right.
The Packers.
Inside information. Take that, Adam Schefter.
Meat sauce with the scoop. Mike McCarthy, press conference. Did you
Yeah.
hear the
Yeah.
reporter asked the question
Yeah.
about Colin Kaepernick?
I'd be upset too if I knew my job hinged on that.
What are you talking about?
Are you talking about that when he told that guy when he got mad about
Yeah,
it?
he's basically. Did you listen to my answer to the last three
he's
questions?
An idiot. He's an idiot.
McCarthy's an idiot?
He's an idiot if
Yes.
he thinks that Brett Hundley and Joe
Yes.
Callahan, who
Callahan.
sold parts for Tommy Callahan back in Sandusky, Ohio.
It's a wonderful drop.
Yeah, I'd be mad too because they won't win. They may win one more
Well-
game because I think they get to play Cleveland. That might be
Yes.
the only one. They will be 5-11.
What makes me mad about this is McCarthy.
Don't
seems,
act like that.
Well, he seems so self-righteous of saying, well, Brett Hundley, we've got 3 years with him, and then we got Callahan. Colin Kaepernick was a Super Bowl quarterback. The
yeah.
only reason you're not bringing him in, not necessarily that he's blackballed, but they don't want the locker room drama. So they're just saying
Yeah,
we're going to avoid that. And
yeah.
to say that they have more faith in their system, we've got 3 years invested in this guy, and he's going to be great.
Sure.
And did you hear that people in sports talk in Wisconsin were even talking about Brent Hundley's trade value, that the rest of the season that he's going to be so good that they're going to have some. I mean,
Did you
that is
see
how
him on
that is how
Sunday?
egotistical they are.
Did you see him on Sunday?
Yes,
He was
absolutely.
horrible.
We got to him
Horrible.
plenty.
They'll win one more game because they get to play Cleveland. The other thing about Colin Kaepernick is I'm all for what he does. I'm all for it. You do what you want. I'm a white dude. What they're standing up for. Go ahead.
Sure.
The other thing though, he's a bad teammate. That's what I've been told. I think he's a bad teammate.
You're saying Colin Kaepernick,
Yeah.
bad teammate.
Yeah.
Don't want him in the
But
locker
don't
room.
overreact because he's way
Sure.
better than what you got.
Well, McCarthy could have simply said, that's a very good question, but we're going to rely on the guys. He didn't have to go after the reporter and just sound so egotistical.
Yeah, no, he knows he's
garbage.
in trouble.
Yeah. Colts, Andrew Luck, shut down for the season, soreness, not necessarily the season, but shut down now, soreness in his surgically repaired shoulder. Do you think that the season is done for the Colts?
I think he's done, and I think they're going to try. I mean, they keep winning games. When you lose your best quarterback, and if you're the Packers, do the same thing, lose. Get the best draft pick you can. The season's shot. I think they're trying to do the same thing in Indianapolis, and I don't think they will. I think they'll win too many games. And it's not good when he's always hurt.
Yeah.
He and RG3,
just
they were the next best things, and now RG3's out of the league, and Andrew Luck can't ever see the field. I mean, other than minus this, about every week they would say about 4 or 5 days before the game, he's out for the game. So it's never a good sign.
Do you think that if he gets healthy, they try to bring him back? The AFC South could be the worst division in football. They're a game back. They're 2-4, but the lead right now, Tennessee, 3-3. Do you think that if he were to be healthy, or they just say he's got a bum shoulder, it's his throwing arm? Just
at this rate, it's what, week 7?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, once you get into
You're only
November,
one game out
what's
of the playoffs,
point though? What if you hurt him? I mean, if it's something where he can play and not get hurt, and he can't injure it anymore, fine. But I don't know. I mean, what good is he? I mean, if he can play, sure. But if it's like one of these things where he pushes it and tears
gets
something,
hurt again,
it's not worth it.
This is the whole rest of the season.
Just shut it down.
One more question here and around the league. National anthem. Roger Goodell came out, had a press conference. He said, the quote, they should stand, but no policy changes are being made. The key word there is should. They're saying we want them to stand. We want to show some, basically kind of sweep it under the rug. Get everybody to stand, show respect. Have people lost sight of what the protest?
Yeah.
It
seems like I said earlier about Colin Kaepernick. I mean, I don't know what he's been through, or we've seen it on the news of all this horrible stuff that's happening. Do what you want. Do whatever you want. Stand, sit, lay down. However you feel, you do.
Sure.
I mean, how can I stand here? I mean, I've
like
had the
that the
most
league didn't
privileged
come forward and say that
life
there's
ever, but it's just these people that are like, well, do this. Why?
You think that the league that made the right decision saying there's no policy change?
Yeah, of course. Because if
Just
the
leave it
league
as
comes
is.
out and says you have to stand or you'll be fined,
then it's going to get worse.
You cause an S storm and you do whatever you want.
All right.
If you want to protest, protest. It's your right.
All right, we're going to fly through now. Time to go to honest opinion. It's a little bit different. This one you can be a little bit more savvy.
Okay.
Hit it harder, faster.
I feel like I've been savvy the whole time.
Whatever you want. You've had such energy tonight. It's fantastic. This morning, I should say. Al Michaels last week, Harvey Weinstein joke on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Had to apologize. I know you do stand-up comedy. I know you said that anything can be made funny.
Yeah.
Was that funny, and is that the right platform to try to make a joke like
tough.
that?
The thought of it, what Harvey Weinstein did is not funny. Harvey Weinstein's a pig and should serve jail time. He's a pig for what he did.
Okay.
The other thing is if you think Al Michaels made that joke to make fun of sexual harassment and all the other things, then you find everything offensive. He's just making a generalization. What Harvey Weinstein did is awful, and he should pay for it, and he should never, you can't do that to people. Don't be a pig. Don't be gross.
Yeah.
Don't be a creep. Al Michaels is just making a topical joke.
Yeah, but it wasn't that funny.
Sure, but he shouldn't have said it. In the big picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have said anything of that nature. Trying to make Al Michaels, first of all, is the play-by-play guy.
Sure.
He's not a stand-up comedian. Trying to make a joke and make light, and I get that you're saying the joke wasn't necessarily about that, but to try to make
that's just something you stay away from.
Exactly.
Stay away from it.
His jokes.
That's something where you run it by. That means he probably didn't tell anybody, and he just, And the other
this will be real funny.
The other thing I will say to stand up for Al Michaels, and not
you're standing up for Al Michaels. Oh boy.
I'm standing up for him in the sense that think how much he talks. Think of the dumb stuff I've said. You get going and you just say it. He had a bunch of thought in it. You just don't do it. It's too sensitive of a subject, but he's just trying to make a joke. Not about.
I get that.
Yeah.
I see where you're standing.
He's not just saying, about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I kind of know what you mean.
The context of it is not funny, but he's just. It's not.
Well, it just wasn't a good joke
don't
either.
Do it.
It just wasn't a good joke.
It's stupid.
All right.
Harvey Weinstein should burn in hell for all I
We got a little bit of baseball here. Detroit Tigers have hired former Twins manager Ron Gardenhire.
Good for Gardy. I love Gardy.
That's what I was going to say. Your thoughts on having him?
I was
MLB
an intern
Central?
when Gardy kind of was around the team, and then when Gardy got hired, I was down there a lot. He's one of the most genuine people in all of sports. He's one of the nicest people. He's a great manager. He got the raw end here. They put no talent on the team. Just like, who's the old coach of the Gophers? Gopher football team?
Brewster?
No.
Before him?
Glenn Mason.
Oh, yes.
Just like Glenn Mason should still be coaching the Gopher football team. Gardy should still be managing the Twins.
Say, what are you, former? I'm like, Tim Brewster, he should, Glenn Mason, okay, good.
Yeah,
you're going back a little further, but that's all right, that's fine.
Just that you can't win without talent. He was given no chance. I hope he wins, but he's got kind of the same battle in Detroit.
Yeah,
and
young
they got
team.
Old, aging players.
Yeah.
They traded away their best pitcher,
Well,
Verlander.
a few old, and then the rest young.
Cabrera's getting up there, yeah.
Staying with baseball, the Twins declined their offer to Glenn Perkins, a $6.5 million option. Glenn Perkins, unless he gets picked up by somebody else, either retire or the Twins could offer him the minimum of $700,000, bring him back.
Nah.
Your thoughts on Glenn Perkins?
I'm not a fan. I don't
Really?
like Glenn Perkins.
Go ahead.
No.
You can
just
open up a vein on this one.
I
Tell
don't
us why you
know.
don't like Glenn Perkins.
He's sensitive.
Yeah.
People go after him, and and I'm not. And I get accused a lot of making everything about me, but that's just what I do.
That's how you roll.
That's just
it's
what I
fine.
do. But people go after me all the time.
Yeah.
And I sometimes get at me. You're a professional athlete, and I'm all for your partner, your wife standing up for you. But then he's got like his wife going after people, and like
via Twitter, right?
No one feels sorry for you. No one.
Yeah.
You make millions of dollars. And he's kind of a Todd.
Yeah.
He's a Todd.
He's a Todd.
He's
He's from Stillwater.
Yeah, he's a Todd.
He was a U of M. Does it matter to you at all that he was third on the Twins' all-time saves?
No.
The fact that his talent
he was
doesn't
good,
save
but
him, his
yeah,
personality overrides that, and you say...
If the late, great
Say-
Dark Star was here, as Dark Star would say, you can't rip a guy who's making money in a beautiful game like baseball, so if he doesn't get picked up, have me back, and we'll rip on it.
All right. Last minute, time to get our picks in. So, our talk before, it seemed like we were both leaning the same way. I'll let you go first. You are 1-5 on the year. I'm 4-2. You go first.
The Vikings win by 6.
I'm going with the Vikings, not to try to block you. I think they're going to win, although this is the trap game where I'm nervous. However, I think our offense will hold, our defense will hold them down. Their defense might be okay. It's going to be low scoring. Vikes win.
And since I won't be here next week, because I'll be at the game in London, good for me.
Good for you.
The Browns will score 3 points.
In London.
3 points.
Predictors. I like it. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We'll see you back here next week.